I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Daniel and Alyssa Mercer are suing Carolyn Campbell in the amount of $3,766.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may all be seated.
The siblings claim their sister's belongings were thrown into the dumpster by her landlord after she passed and say Miss Campbell needs to pay for what she discarded.
State your name.
Anthony Mercer.
Ma'am?
Alyssa Mercer.
Ma'am?
Caroline Campbell.
All right. And you all are suing the defendant $3,766, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
For conversion. Personal family items disappeared while under defendant's control, correct?
Yes.
All right, and give me some background on your relationship with the defendant and anything else you want me to know before we get to the meat of the case.
Okay, well, so earlier this year, our beloved sister Martina, she passed away. She,
What age?
35.
But she passed from that young.
She had long-term COVID issues, which, you know, after COVID, sometimes you have the symptoms and stuff that hang on after
I
COVID.
know a few people that have long-term COVID. They deal with brain fog. They don't seem as mentally agile, perhaps, or
Right.
something of that nature. But go ahead.
Right, well, hers turned into respiratory issues, and she caught pneumonia. So I moved in with her the last few months that she was alive, and I was her main caregiver. And it was hard to watch each day, just watch her life just seep away from her each day. And on August 4th, I had to call my sister because she couldn't breathe, her chest was tight and everything. And my sister hopped on a plane right away because she was living across the country. And yeah, so she passed away right after that. So.
Seems like it really hurt you. And
Oh, it did.
yeah.
You know, so.
Seems you traumatized a little there.
Yeah, so so.
Does she have children?
No children, no. No, it was just us. You know, our parents have been gone for a while, so it was just the three of us. So,
You know, it's been my observation that people who go through that type of trauma either takes them down or lifts them up.
yeah,
So I hope you have found a way to motivate you in some way or another. Perhaps some dream she had for herself or for you. Maybe some expectation or some hope she may have had for your life.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Yeah, you have plenty of time. You got another 50.
Right.
So God willing.
God
So
willing.
that's my advice, because you can go the other way.
Right.
Me and my brothers always use my life as an example because there's a lot to it, and it can educate and inform people. My mother, I went through that with her for 9 months, me and her living by ourselves, died of cancer. Every day I saw her go down. I'm a young kid just coming out of jail.
Right.
But that's what changed my life. She asked me to change my life before she died, because I had just come out of jail.
Right.
And the good news is that put me real quick on the fast track to doing the right thing. And 6 months later, I was in college. And I guess you see where now, 15 years later, I was the youngest judge.
Right.
And so I say that to say that motivated me. Unfortunately, one of my brothers took it the other direction. He became addicted to crack to cover up the pain of the trauma. The pain of the trauma for me motivated me. I felt like my mother was with me every single step of the way. So, hey, I'm proving to you that I'm changing my life And that kept me going. So that's my question to you. Is there anything you think she would have liked to have seen from you? Did you all talk about your dreams together?
Yeah, we talked about everything. We talked about a day when she could get better and we could do family vacations again, where we could go and spend time, you know, outside.
Did she talk about any hopes for you directly, like one day I hope you?
Well, for me directly, well, she wanted me to grow old, be happy, and don't worry about her.
Good. So now you're gonna seek happiness.
I'm gonna try to. You know?
All right, and happiness doesn't involve excessive trauma without directing that trauma somewhere. Right. So direct it in a way that's gonna get you some happiness, okay?
I definitely will.
How you doing, young lady?
I'm okay.
All right, good.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
We told Ms. Campbell that we would try to get everything out in about a week or two. So when I came back, Ms. Campbell stated that the items were in the dumpster.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Daniel and Alyssa Mercer, who are suing Carolyn Campbell for conversion.
Why don't you tell me what you want me to know? I know that Miss Campbell is the landlord, and I'm not going to ask about the tenancy of your sister. I think that's inappropriate, or it's something I just don't feel comfortable doing. So why don't you tell me why we're here today?
Okay, so in the midst of us grieving, we were supposed to be cleaning out her unit. We told Miss Campbell that we would try to get everything out in about a week or two, and I left because I was overcome with grief, and my sister had to go back to. She had to go back to work across the country. She was, you know, she wasn't on. She had, you know, her time was, you know, her sick time was up, or her PTO time, mm-hmm. And so when when I came back, August 25th, the items that I hadn't packed up yet were gone. So I alerted my sister. My sister then had a conversation with Miss Campbell, and Miss Campbell stated that the items were in the dumpster.
After how long?
I'm not sure. How
long after your sister passed did you find out?
I found out on August 25th.
And when did your sister pass again?
August 6th, I'm sorry.
So 19 days?
Yeah.
Got that math.
And we were paid up through the month. So, yeah. The rent had already been paid for the month.
Whoa, Miss Campbell. Let me also say, I'm deviating a little, but I'm hearing you breathe heavily. And got a few pounds on you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And you know, hearing you breathe, I'm concerned about your health. I think that's what your sister might want. Didn't you just say she wants you to be happy and live a long life?
She did.
Well, there go your motivation.
Definitely.
Get you some Ozempic or whatever it takes.
Definitely.
And because you probably already headed to diabetes or have it.
Yeah.
So Ozempic, that's for diabetic treatment. So get you enough to lose that weight.
Yes,
all
sir.
right? And work out. Because I want that to be on your mind about your sister.
Yes, Your
What was on my mind about my mother was that I got into college before she died. 3 months after I got in college, she died. What was on my mind is I'm going to do and be successful like my mother saw me headed toward that. So that's what I want you to do, all right?
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
Your Honor.
And ma'am, tell me, Miss Campbell, what happened here?
First and foremost, let me say I inherited this property from my mother and father. I'm only 49 years old myself.
How long ago?
Like 3 years ago. So
3 years ago?
Like 3 years ago. So their sister was already a tenant of my mother and my father, living in the back house. And she has been there for many, many years. So we're very well known of her health issues. As being a young lady, which I sympathize with, she was very young. But my mother and my father, they treated her like their own daughter, you know? And I'm a paramedic. So first, I know what it's like to watch people down, you know, disintegrate, like, and it's not easy to watch. But for them to say that I or my family disposed of her belongings after her passing is...
What happened? What did happen?
They were given a certain amount of time.
What's that certain amount?
It was 2 weeks. They said we gave them 2 weeks. They told me that they were going to have the stuff out the house within 1 week.
We said we'd try.
But we gave you 2 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, she came probably maybe once or twice. And then after that, we didn't see any activity in the house.
Had the whole month been paid for?
Yes.
So they still had a right to the property.
She had a right to the property. They did not. They were not tenants. So we had an
Were you all the
agreement.
personal representatives of the estate?
Yes, I am. And
Like I said, ma'am, they had a right as personal representatives. Every contract, every property, everything that belonged to her passed down, including the credit debts that she would have to pay and would be subtracted from any balance of items that their sister owned. And then 30 days is the law, because essentially what you did is evict the property, you evicted her. You evicted the tenant. And in this case, the personal representatives, the survivors of the tenant.
Coming up,
She had COVID. I couldn't have a person coming to move into a place where somebody was...
Correct. That's
Yeah.
why you should have left it vacant until the money they had paid had been used. You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
closed captioning provided by Next Time on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
They were given a certain amount of time.
What's that certain amount?
It was 2 weeks. They told me that they were going to have the stuff out the house within 1 week.
we said we'd try.
But we gave you 2 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, she came probably maybe once or twice. And then after that, we didn't see any activity in the house.
Had the whole month been paid for?
Yes.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Daniel and Alyssa Mercer, who are suing Carolyn Campbell for conversion.
Do you have the lease agreement or
I do
anything that makes reference to that?
I do not.
Some might have some might spell out what happens.
Right. I was under the assumption that we had an agreement that they would have the property cleaned out within 1 week, if that's what they had told me.
You said you'd try?
I said we would try.
Yeah, ma'am, you shouldn't have disposed of their things. It wouldn't take you but 200. Well, you'd have to have someone to move. Did you have a tenant prepared to move in?
I did not. I had to get the property out the house, which it was not even a property. It was like more
So
like...
you didn't have a tenant waiting.
I had to clean it out first. She was sick. She had COVID. I couldn't have a person coming to move into a place where somebody was...
Correct. That's
Yeah.
why you should have left it vacant until the money they had paid or she had paid had been used.
Yeah, I thought we had
What you're saying now makes it even more the case that you should have left it there until they came and got it. You didn't want to go in. You couldn't have nobody go in because of COVID and because of this and that and that. All of that is true. That's why you should have gave it another couple of weeks.
They had moved the most stuff out of the apartment. As you can see, I have pictures here.
Let's see,
Like when I
please.
went in, it was like pizza boxes and trash, and there was nothing there of value to make me think that anybody was still going to be in that property.
I see a couch. I see a table. You don't think they had anything.
No one was there.
Pardon?
No one was living there.
No, but you said that it wasn't nothing there but trash and pizza boxes.
That's what you see. That's what
Well, I
I'm
see a
looking at.
couch. That's the first thing I saw is a couch and
Well,
a table.
a couch can be...
Pardon me?
She didn't live like this.
So what are you saying?
They came afterwards.
Okay, but I want to talk about the couch. You keep talking about these pizza boxes. Did you throw this couch out?
It was disposed of, yes.
Coming up,
Sounds like you said you came and got part of the
Yeah.
Yes.
property.
Yeah.
Your property was removed on the 25th.
But 25th is when I found out.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Daniel and Alyssa Mercer, who are suing Carolyn Campbell for conversion.
Your Honor, there was also personal items, other items that were our sister left to us.
Let's see. You have a list?
Yeah, I have
I have orders from Amazon that were sent to the house. I have orders that I made that were sent to the house, a piano keyboard.
I'm not
This
sure what you're
also-
saying about that. Oh, those were the things that were taken.
That we did not get back. So we're
These
missing
are
a
the
lot of
receipts
things.
for those purchases.
Yes, sir.
What did you all? Sounds like you said you came and got part of the
Yeah.
Yes.
property.
Yeah.
How long after getting part of it did you come back to get the rest?
August 25th.
Y'all keep throwing these dates at me that you got to tell me the first date in
Oh, I'm
order
sorry.
for me to say how
so
long.
The first time we packed up, we started packing up around the 7th till the 9th when my
All right.
sister had to go back out, had to leave.
So let's say the 10th. And so your property was removed on the 25th?
Yes. But 25th is when I found out. My sister also hand wrote a will and sent it to us. She wanted my sister and I to split her items.
What items were those again? I'm sorry.
The items that you have there in front of you, the Johnny Cash record, signed
Description.
record,
Date
the
acquired.
keyboard.
She bought it in an auction. Replacement value $2,500. Did you see this, man?
I didn't see nothing like that. No.
You didn't see this?
No.
I guess it walked away.
Pardon me?
I guess it walked away on its own.
What about Johnny Cash?
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. What did you throw out, man?
The stuff
You have
that
a list?
Are the things that I threw away?
Yes.
I do not have a list of the things that I
All
threw
right,
away
you-
because there was nothing to take pictures of, the things that you've seen, boxes of pizza.
A couch, ma'am. You keep saying it's nothing. A couch. I see you're very callous for you to continue to say there was nothing there but a bunch of boxes and junk. You're
Okay,
being
so we got
callous
one
about
sofa.
this. Yeah. And I think perhaps your values are twisted. And maybe that's why you threw them out and you think the couch is nothing. I think they believe a couch is something, don't you?
Everything of our sisters
I
meant
would
something.
think a couch
Yeah.
is something too, of value.
Yeah. Everything meant something to us.
$3,766. I'm going to conclude that you prematurely disposed of the property. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiffs.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. The defendant has been ordered to pay $3,766.
And sorry for your loss. She meant a lot to me too.
Yeah, I totally understand, but yeah, you handled that situation totally wrong.
And you're a thief.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.